Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey tea sippers, I hope you guys are doing good today. So a lot has been going down. Like I told you guys, all of the drama is in the political tea, okay? So this weekend I had live streamed about what was going on with TPUSA, with Ben Shapiro and many others. Well, then we got a surprise because this was a 4-day event. So we got a surprise over the weekend where Nicki Minaj was brought out by Kirk. Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. That was not on my 2025 bingo card, but I'm not shocked because Nicki has been leaning that way for a while now. Let's not forget her old rap back in the day when she came out and she proudly proclaimed that she was voting for Mitt Romney because you broke ass bitches is fucking up the economy, okay? Let's not forget that rap. But Nicki has been leaning, you know what I'm saying, towards the right for a while now, especially, you know, with her tweeting Trump and speaking at his other events about the Christians dying in Nigeria and everything else. So what we're going to do is go ahead and watch some of the clips that went viral of Nicki Minaj talking to Kirk, and I'm going to go ahead and provide my commentary. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Hi. Hello, how are you? Think about for young men. For young men.
And for young men, don't be new scum. Yes, see, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
Trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did. I love you.
That was a very weird interaction. First, she's calling Donald Trump handsome, and she's going at Gavin Newsom, and I'll show you guys why she's going at Gavin. But then she does a Freudian slip where she calls J.D. Vance the assassin. And everyone has been saying that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And it was very weird to see Erica's response, like, oh, I love you, things happen. It's almost like that is a really weird slip up. You know, like, it doesn't even make sense to call him an assistant president, because I'm thinking, well, maybe she meant assistant, but why would you say assistant president as opposed to vice president? So that whole situation was just really, really weird to me. But let me show you why Nicki's really in her feelings about Gavin Newsom. So if you guys do not know, on Gavin Newsom's social media page, he had clapped back to Donald Trump, basically using Meg Thee Stallion's song Hiss. And so that definitely got Nicki Minaj in her feelings. This was just a week ago when Gavin Newsom posted this. As you see, I feel like we are living in the upside down world. You have, you know, sitting people in Congress literally using rap beefs to go back and forth. But that is why Nicki Minaj is in her feelings, because that is Gavin Newsom's official account. And he used that song against Donald Trump. So that's why she's throwing all the shade at Gavin. But now another really interesting point that Nicki Minaj said that really did not sit well with a lot of people, where she was talking about how, you know, as a black woman or black people, we can uplift ourselves without making, you know, young white girls who have blonde hair and blue eyes feel bad. I thought that was very weird coming from Nicki Minaj. So we're going to go ahead and watch this clip right here.
I want to say I'm proud of you guys. This is a major... To be so young, for you guys that are in college, to be so young and to care this much, this early in your life, it tells us how smart you are, and it tells us that there's hope for our future. So God bless you. Congratulations, you guys. You're amazing. Congratulations, you guys are amazing, okay? Know it, feel it. Yes, yes. Proudly, be it proudly. Be who you are proudly.
Amen.
Yes.
So, what have you, I mean, you're an amazing mother.
Thank you.
What have you seen that has been a struggle for young women today? And then also, since both of us have little boys, I would love for you to also talk about the male side of that question as well.
Okay, well, something that I've noticed recently is that for little girls, I think that no matter how you look, we should be trying to instill into them to be proud of how they look. Recently, in the media, it's almost been like a push to, it's not just making young black children feel proud of themselves, but it's almost like doing that and at the same time telling other children not to be proud of themselves. And I don't want any child feeling that way. If as black women we felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty, if we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women?
Amen.
Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful.
Amen.
Why shouldn't she feel that? Why have we gotten to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look? Like, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And so for little girls, I don't want what was done to little black girls done to little white girls. I don't want it done to any girls. I want all the little girls in the world to know that you are unique, you are beautiful, you are you, and you can compliment another girl, you can compliment another woman and still know that you are epic and amazing. So that's what I would say about for the girls.
Objection. Nicki Minaj is so full of shit. Let me come back on the screen. This is the same woman who has literally beefed with every black female rapper in the industry. You go out your way to bring down other rappers, to not really uplift them. They have to literally kiss your ass. And, first you'll try and be cool with them, and then it's always something. From Cardi B to Coi Leray to Lotto to Meg Thee Stallion. No one has downed other women more than Nicki. Let's not forget, ain't this you, Nicki, not too long ago? First of all, who remembers when Nicki and Lotto were beefing back in 2022? Now, you can't find a lot of these tweets because Nicki deleted them. But if you guys remember, Nicki went out her way. It says here, Nicki Minaj took a shot at Lotto, calling the biracial rapper a Karen. Basically planting seeds and saying that she's a Karen because she's biracial, making fun of her ethnicity, okay? Also, let's not forget this. Nicki, is this you? Wasn't this Nicki not too long ago in October making fun of Culture? She says, Culture, you a roach and a monkey like your sister. She's talking about a 7-year-old young black girl, okay? And so I find it very interesting that now she's trying to gaslight and say that, we need to uplift all young girls. No young girls, especially if they have blonde hair or blue eyes, should feel bad about themselves. Why would they when blonde hair and blue eyes is the standard throughout the world? People with blonde hair and blue eyes are at the top of the European standard of beauty. A lot of people try to emulate that standard of beauty. And I don't care if you're looking at the black community, Caribbean community, Indian community, Latino community. It's always okay to be lighter and have lighter eyes. Even on stage, Nicki Minaj had, I think, like gray or some type of color contacts in her eyes. Because again, people are always reaching for the European standard of beauty. So how are they not, being uplifted when everybody is mirroring their beauty? Bleaching creams are sold all throughout the diaspora, throughout the Caribbeans, throughout India, throughout China. A lot of people choose to go whiter, even in the Latin communities. It's always about going lighter, never going darker. So for her to act like, young white girls are oppressed by their looks is just insane to me. Especially when Nicki Minaj has spent a lot of time tearing up women who look like her.
Girl tragic. And it's black bitches that do it the most. And I don't give a fuck if y'all mad at me using that fucking hashtag.
That's offensive.
Nicki, that's you? Again, she's done more bullying of black women than anybody. Now, another thing that I find very funny is that if you know anything about Charlie Kirk, there's a viral video going around where Charlie Kirk was not a fan of Nicki Minaj or Cardi B. So I don't know what Erica is doing right now, but this is not the initial vision of Turning Point USA. So I'm going to go ahead and play you guys this clip of Charlie Kirk going in on Nicki Minaj and Cardi B before he died.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and
influences?
role models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about, like, glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly... I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day. For example, more times than not, black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country. Right now, black culture is being held captive by...
So as you see, he was not a fan of Nicki Minaj or what she stood for. So for his wife to platform her is just insane. But again, they're doing this because this is all a part of the grift.
Hey, Erica, what about the guys you dated before Charlie?
I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
You were proposed to by Charlie in 2020. You started dating him in 2018. And 3 years before that, you were dating this guy, Tyler Massey. I mean, you guys would do couples photo shoots. This is still online. And this is only 3 years before you started dating Charlie.
He's in heaven.
Yeah, and 2 years later, you were dating this guy, Cabot Phillips. And here he is posting you guys on his public page saying, yes, we're that couple who gets painting lessons together. Again, this is a year before you started dating Charlie, and well within the 5-year period you claim to have never dated anyone, but you were out here dissing your roommate for dating.
I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than go. I don't drink. I find it unproductive.
And why are you here drinking and dating on a reality show that actually was filmed the year you met Charlie?
This girl is clocking the shit out of Erica's tea, and I'm here for it. Because if she can lie about things that are this small, what else is this woman lying about?
So you obviously were dating. So I'm not understanding your timeline. I mean, you're talking to a guy here who's asking you out on a date and you're taking his number? And here you are on your date.
I've honestly spent the majority of my life being one of the most sought-after bachelors. Great. But I'm just really excited to spend some one-on-one time with Erica. I really do like her, and I'm excited to get to know her a little bit more.
Erica? Hello? I just want to understand how you so confidently lie to our faces when this footage was on national television, and you know the footage is out there. The pictures of your boyfriends that you dated are still public online, and you know that, but you still lie like this.
Stop.
Wait, isn't Cabot Phillips your ex-boyfriend? Why is he now the speaker of Turning Point USA?
Wow.
leading speeches of how to lead like Charlie. What's going on, Erica?
Stop.
He's also the senior editor for the Daily Wire, the one outlet that your husband was having active beef with at the time, connected to Netanyahu. So
Stop.
Right. So what else are you lying about? Because you're a liar. Point blank period. You are a liar. And we just proved that. So this is still publicly accessible on social media. And you lied about that. You also lied about dating, but you were on a reality show dating the same year you met Jesse. You know what I mean? What else are you lying about? Like bigger things? Are you lying about bigger things? Because this is small and you really easily with like a straight face, you lie. So like, what, Cause sure.
Stop.
So that girl clocked Erica's tea, and that's my issue. I feel like Nicki Minaj, Erica, this is all a grift for all of these people. Any way to stay in the limelight, to get money, to continue funding their lifestyles. As we know, it's been said that Nicki's going through a lot of financial issues. And, clearly the Republican team, they have money to spend. They can afford speakers like Nicki Minaj. So anyhow, this has caused a huge fraction in the Barb community. So you have half the Barbs who are taking up for Nicki, who are making excuses for her, and other Barbs are saying that they're done with her. A lot of people on social media have opinions about this situation. So we're going to go ahead and check out some of these TikToks right now.
Why now have you been involved with speaking about politics? What was kind of the turning point for you? Yeah.
What was the turning point? Well, I just got tired of being pushed around. Sometimes you just get tired of it, and then you realize, wait a minute, I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there. That's right. So when you've had enough, you realize, wait a minute, why do I even care about these people and what they think? Who are they? They don't even know who they are. So I'm not going to back down anymore. I'm not going to back down ever again.
Amen.
When Cardi did it, y'all was quiet. When Meg Thee Stallion had her ass up on that stage twerking for Kamala Harris, nobody had shit to say. But now that it's Nicki, everybody has a problem. For whatever reason, the Barbs are mad, the internet is on fire, and Nicki Minaj obviously just started a mega revolution, and I am here for it. Let me tell y'all, sis is not only the queen of rap, but she's definitely giving queen of politics, because the way she shut down that stage with Erica Kirk over the weekend, baby, she definitely did her thing. The fact that Nicki stood on that stage and stood for what she believed in spite of the backlash that she obviously knew that she was going to get from the Democrats, from the Barbs, as well as everybody else, speaks volumes to me. That woman stood on that stage as a mother, as a wife, as a entrepreneur, as a artist, and she did her damn thing. Do you hear me? If she was to ever cross over into politics, she definitely would have my vote, because she did a hell of a job in spite of what everybody gotta say. She was not ghetto, she was not ratchet, and she damn sure wasn't giving hoodlum, okay? And I feel like that's why everybody really mad.
Okay, sis. That's not why everybody's mad, but you're entitled to your opinion. Next.
Now, I personally don't have one fucking clue why Nicki Minaj would be talking to Erica Kirk. And I don't know what's going on with Erica Kirk. But as a person from the outside looking in, I'll tell you it looks like she's on a My Husband's Finally Dead 2026 tour. I've never seen somebody capitalize off a death more than Erica Kirk and Puff Daddy. This woman is making money off of dead husband merch. Jackie Kennedy would never. At this point, she might as well just walk out to fuck my baby daddy. Fuck my baby daddy. I'm a bad bitch. I ain't in the house sad. Feel like it would be fitting at this point. But again, the biggest thing is I don't know why Nicki Minaj was there. I thought that shit was AI. What in the fuck were they talking about? I didn't watch the full interview, but none of the clips made sense. Nicki Minaj was talking some shit like, there's a good role model for young men, and it's the president. And he's dashing and handsome, and I'd blow him. Then I was like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? Why is that woman there? Felt the same way about fucking Megan Thee Stallion at the Kamala rally. Why in the actual fuck do we need rappers at political rallies? Only girls that have WAP vote for Kamala. Not everything requires a celebrity face, folks, and politics is one of those things. Y'all want to know what that's like? I'll tell you exactly what it's like. That's like somebody throwing a rally to stop domestic violence, and they're like, and our key speaker today, Chris Brown. And he just comes out dancing and throwing jabs. He doesn't need to be there. That's not the guy that we need speaking about this topic. As a person that doesn't know what the fuck is going on with it fully, the Erica Kirk show, to me, from my POV, is hilarious. It's looking like Saturday Night Live, where they have a new celebrity host every week. I still want her to walk out to that Sexy Red song. I think it would fit perfect for what's going on in that woman's life. It's just like, and now Erica Kirk, bow, 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 bow. That's that booty meat. Maybe I'm ignorant, but I like being ignorant, because I feel like I don't need to know what the fuck is going on with all that. Like Nicki Minaj, of all people, doesn't make sense. I don't even think she has a political song. Never felt depth from that woman, even in the music. Nothing makes you think about politics like some shit like boy toy named Troy used to live in Detroit. Big drug dealing money, he was making some coin. Shit makes you think, don't it? Makes you want to get out there and vote.
What do you notice about Erica Kirk's response to this very odd interaction with Nicki Minaj?
And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back.
So this is the part that's really, really strange about it, because Nicki Minaj didn't say that Erica was the assassin. She said J.D. Vance. So why is Erica Kirk defending herself, saying, I've been called every name? Now, look, I'm not sitting here trying to say that Erica Kirk had her husband killed or that she was in any way kind of involved in it, but she has had several instances where she has literally almost implicated herself as to having some part or action in it or benefiting from it immensely, which we all know she is. But I gotta say, in this instance, the fact that she felt like she had to defend herself of an accusation when she wasn't mentioned in that statement at all, it was J.D. Vance, makes it a little bit strange. Am I just going crazy? What do you guys think about this? Drop your...
I'm a Republican voting for Mitt Romney. You lazy bitches is fucking up the economy.
Nicki Minaj, girl, I was like, I would have never imagined it gotten this bad, but then I was also like, no, cause, but when you think about it, and so many of these little gay boys with mommy issues are so conflicted they just can't decide. And I'm like, this what life altering shit has this woman done? Because I'm like, the cartoon music changed your life? Like, I don't know. And you know what I'll also be thinking about? Malik, rest in peace. But all the shit leading up to this, I bet you he probably would have been, well, that's the thing, Nicki Minaj, y'all gotta listen to her. I don't know, but it's just like everything just went 2025, bitch.
Okay, given the very unfortunate news that Nicki Minaj is officially a Republican, hence Turning Point USA, Erica Kirk interview, I have a really funny story about, the very early lyrics of her being a Republican and voting for Mitt Romney. I definitely used that, I thought it was a joke at the time, and I definitely used it in my favor to convince my very conservative parents to buy me Pink Friday 2, I think it was. And, the fact 13-year-old me was also probably a closeted Republican at the time. Not true now. We disavow the stances of that time. But it's overall very sad because, she's stepping on the community that built her career. And I will be deleting every song that I have saved on my phone because she does not need my streaming pennies. Turning Point USA is obviously well funding her to be able to be a Republican hack. All I have to say is R.I.P. Onika. It was nice knowing you.
So as you see, a lot of these Barbs, they feel away. Most of her Barbs are gay men. You know what I'm saying? She also has women too, but some of her biggest barbs, the one who will attack you and drag you and snatch your wig, are gay men. So she really pushed a huge segment of her fan base away.
Now she referring to the fact that they support pedophiles. Is that what she's talking about? Is that what she can relate to? Ice, come and get Nicki Minaj. Did y'all forget that she's here illegally? She's not a legal immigrant. She's not an American. She's not an American citizen. And then remember, she applied for citizenship after she got married to her husband, who is a documented sex offender, and they denied her citizenship.
The Barb spent years doxing people, dragging people, sending unalived threats to people, and threatening other artists' career, all in the name of their queen. And look how she just repaid y'all. How embarrassing. Y'all bullied so many people on this app, all for the sake of protecting the queen. You gotta respect the queen. And look at what the queen did to y'all. Went on Turning Point USA and basically forgot who her main fan base was, because let's be honest, when you think about Barbz, there's certain level to the Barbz. I'm not talking about the OG Nicki fans who were really fans with Nicki from the beginning, mixtape Nicki. Everybody knows the Barbz are those really young gay boys. The really young feminine gay boys. That's the Barbz. That's the one that be on the internet attacking people under the comments. Just look at my other video about Nicki being MAGA over there. You must be jealous. You must be that. But how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel? Not the queen saying that about y'all. And now y'all queen has aligned herself with an administration that is really working overtime to deny you the basic rights and invalidate who you choose to be in life. Trying to take away your rights. Because there's no secret that the queer community, LGBTQIA, literally is the biggest fan base for Nicki, obviously. Mind you, y'all went on this whole harassing people, doxing people, all for what? And look how she repaid y'all. So what now? What's next, Barbz? And I really want to know who benefited from all the harassing y'all were doing. The Barbz spent years.
You know, the funny thing is that Nicki didn't forget who her fan base was. She knows her fan base is primarily young gay boys. You know what I'm saying? She knows what the Barbz consist of. Nicki don't give a fuck. Nicki's going to go where the wind blows. And right now she's going towards, the right, because they got the money. They got the bag. All these people, I'm going to keep saying it, are grifters at the end of the day.
Oh, Gabby Poo, it only gets worse from here for you, buddy. It's the end of the road for you, my love. Get on the nearest jet ski and let that beautiful hair blow in the wind. It'll make you happier than this race.
What kind of alternate timeline did we slip into where Nicki Minaj is on a stage at Turning Point USA reciting her Twitter reads to Erica Kirk about Gavin Newsom? What is going on? And when it comes to her saying that boys should be boys and boys be a boy, I know I'm about to get dog pile for saying this, but I do not align. When it comes to the trans and the gay community being hurt and upset, I don't know why y'all are shocked. Nicki Minaj has never been an advocate for specifically trans or gay people. She's never gotten a podium to speak up for trans or gay people. I'm just a little confused because Nicki is the same person who literally checked her co-host for misgendering T.S. Madison. That's why I'm saying, I don't think she's a full-on homophobe, but what she spread today was very harmful. When have we ever seen Nicki Minaj get on a stand or be at an LGBTQ parade or ever speak up for LGBTQ rights? When? And not just Nicki Minaj, but most of these girls.
He's not lying. I've never heard of her performing at the Gay Pride Parade. I've heard Lil' Kim performing, I've seen other artists, but I've never seen Nicki Minaj, who has a huge gay fan base, perform at Gay Pride.
They look at us and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, I love you. I'll take a little picture with you, LGBTQ. But they'll never actually get on a stand and speak up for us. That's outside of Ariana Grande, Madonna, Lady Gaga. Those are girls who I would call advocates, even Sabrina. So unless y'all are seeing advocacy from these musicians, y'all are throwing the gay icon on, y'all should not be throwing it on them because there's no advocacy. Because when y'all slap that onto these girls and then they say something that's against our community, then y'all gag and be like, oh my gosh, I'm hurt. And to go deeper, like, let's say if Ariana Grande were to do something like this, I would be shocked, because it's like she really, you know, be advocating for the gays. Like, she's really for the gays. Sabrina, you know, she brought the T-girls out on her show, had them in full on drag. Like, that's advocacy. Nicki's never been no advocate. That's why I'm wondering, like, why are y'all shocked? So it's like, girl, at least you was in a bust down. You looked good. But this is fucking late. I'm sorry. I don't live for this. This is tired. I didn't expect this from her, but am I shocked? No. I don't put it past any of these girls. None of them.
So Nicki Minaj is at Turning Point USA, and a lot of people are having something to say about it because, one, she was the one with the bright, colorful hair and always repping LGBTQ and the Barbz and all this other stuff, and now she's going with her, you know, Christian conservative values. And a lot of people are kind of like, what in the world is going on? Me, I'm like, well, if you follow the trail of a normal mean girl, this is exactly what's going on. She's just following the norm of a mean girl. She's the mean girl that people like and think is popular, so she does a bunch of stuff that makes her even more popular. Then it gets to the point where people are tired of her being a mean girl. Then she changes her life, but she's still very much a mean girl at heart. That's what I see it. And to the Barbs who are defending her and her fans who are defending her, y'all just proving to something to us that a lot of us already knew, that for some of y'all, not all of y'all, because I'm not even going down that road, but for some of y'all, this whole LGBTQ thing was just a trend for you. It was just a trend. It was a phase, Mom. Like, it was just that for you.
Nicki Minaj, I have a serious question for you. Do you know who makes up the Barb population? Do you know who has funded your entire career? Do you know who is shaking ass to Anaconda and Starships? It's not the straight cis white man, honey. It's the alphabet mafia, okay? I don't know what you're trying to do or please or prove, but it's freaking scary. So I'm crying when she was like, the assassin, J.D. Vance. Like, what is she on?
Nicki Minaj taking the stage at TPUSA with Erica Kirk proves two things. One, it proves that Nicki Minaj is the independent thinker that we think she is. No matter what's going on, she has the voice that's going to get to her to a platform that's going to be able to get her message sent out across. Two, it proves that even military brats that have been harbored by Israel and tucked away from the world into adulthood know Nicki Minaj.
Especially this whole Nicki Minaj thing. This was not on my bingo card, but I'm not shocked either, because 2025 is asking and pushing people for change. And the part of the way it's doing that is through stan culture and celebrity culture, and especially the Barbs. They're being tested. They're being asked, are you gonna abandon yourself, your values, and your beliefs over your fave? When your fave is out here moving like this, when your fave is out here connecting herself to MAGA, knowing she's a black woman, taking money, going against, allegedly, going against what she used to stand for. Barbz, are you gonna keep going? Are you gonna grow up? Are you gonna stop blindly following people and actually start to run your own life? What are you gonna do? Because it's crazy to me to ostracize your fan base. A majority, a lot of them are the LGBT community and the things you've been saying, and that's part of your fan base. And y'all are just gonna either let that happen, or you're just gonna walk away, because that person is showing you that they only care about themselves, not you. They'll take your money though. She'll take your money. She'll take, when she does tours, y'all go see her, support her, all of that stuff. She'll turn on you any chance that she gets to save her ass, because she's made so many bad decisions in her life, allegedly. She's at a place where she felt like, and this is not even an excuse, because at the end of the day, Nicki Minaj has to take accountability for her life and how it got her to the point where she's at, where she's felt like she's backed into a corner, and she may feel like the best option for her is to align herself with MAGA. But anyways, Barbz, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep being blind?
Yes, I am still a Barb. No, I don't care that she's a Trump supporter, MAGA Minaj. I do not care. I never knew her political views before, and now that I know him, still don't care. And the funny thing is y'all voted for him. She's with over half of the voting population. So why y'all mad? Like, let's just be real. Y'all need to pick something else to be mad about. So I will still be a Barb. If y'all want to be no Barb no more, no one cares. Literally, no one cares. She'll still have fans. She'll still be the #1 rap female in the world. It doesn't matter. But yes, I am still a Barb. So continue with your day. Don't ask me. I don't care. I like her music, and that's that.
So as you see, some of the Barbs are still riding hard for Nicki. They do not care about the situation. So let's continue.
Y'all funny. Pay attention to how these people talking to Nicki Minaj right now. The same people that want to control Nicki, look at how they talking to Nicki in the comments or about Nicki. Just because she's standing up for God, just because she's standing up for kids, just because she's standing up for artists like herself that are basically manipulated in the system of the industry. Look at how they talking to her because she wants to talk about God and her music. Look at how they talking and dogging her. How you think somebody supposed to follow y'all when y'all don't even know how to talk to people? Are y'all okay? Like, what the fuck is up, Mariah? Like, y'all think somebody's supposed to be, like, look at yourself. That's what she said. A lot of y'all got issues within yourself. You follow the blind. You follow the gatekeepers in the industry plants that sit here and pollute y'all minds every day to make shit look cool. And y'all think that a motherfucker that really speaking the truth is supposed to bow down to y'all? Fuck y'all.
Everybody wants me to talk about Nicki Minaj going to Turning Point USA, which is like conservative heaven for these people. And I'm just confused on what y'all want me to say. The Democrats had Megan Thee Stallion up on stage twerking at a campaign presidential rally, but y'all mad at Nicki Minaj for going and speaking at a conservative rally? Mind you, this is the same government, the same Democratic government that didn't care about the fact that Nicki Minaj's home was swatted more than 2 times over a prank call in LA, but that was alright. But y'all want her to sit here and go to bat for Democrats when y'all wouldn't even go to bat for her when her own industry has turned their backs on her for Barney B, and y'all expect Nicki Minaj to care about anything that y'all saying? Nicki Minaj is supposed to be canceled, but she just went #1 on iTunes with a 15-year-old song, but she's canceled. This is why I always say you have to know how to separate what exactly you love a person for. I love Nicki Minaj for her music. I could give a damn about what Nicki Minaj feel politically. Her political beliefs have nothing to do with me. If that's the case, I would have no friends because everybody thinks differently. We all do not think the same. And it's crazy that the media always tries to spin the narrative when it comes to Nicki Minaj, and that's why the Barbs go so hard, because if y'all simply told the truth, if y'all simply just said y'all don't like Nicki Minaj because y'all don't like Nicki Minaj, then maybe the Barbs would accept y'all opinions. But instead y'all tell lies. And then you got people like Ebro and other celebrities that come out and say, when did Nicki Minaj be so political? When did Nicki Minaj da-da-da-da-da-da? Saying that Nicki Minaj looked a mess when she was doing all of this, right? But like Charlie Kirk said 4 years ago, Democrats' treatment of Nicki Minaj should be all the proof that you need that they don't care about black people, especially those they can't control. They just use them every 4 years for their votes, but people are waking up. Where was this energy when Beyonce and Jay-Z was sitting with Ivanka Trump and the conservatives at that meeting? Where was this energy at? There was no question about when did they become political. There was no question about, oh, they working with conservatives. There's no question about the fact that Jay-Z brings down the black people in order to uplift white people, in order to make sure that he has money in his pockets. Nobody talks about that or care about that, but because it's Nicki Minaj, now it's headlines. Like
boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. It's nothing wrong with being a boy.
Amen.
How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Dear Barbz, there comes a time in every Stan fan's life where you have to make a decision. You have to decide whether or not your faith is bigger than your internal belief system. The time for that is now. The time for that is now, and a lot of people would even argue that the time for that was years ago when she supported her brother, who is clearly a P word / R word. Others would say, okay, it was when she decided to marry a P word / R word. At this moment, this lady is aligning herself with people who completely hate everything about y'all. A lot of you all are a part of a particular community. So for you to align yourself with people who completely despise that community, the time is now. Now, let me tell you this. As a millennial from the Midwest originally, I too had to have these moments in time where I had to completely let go of people that I've been a fan of for a decade or more, i.e. R. Kelly, i.e. Kanye West. Do I miss listening to Step in the Name of Love? Do I want to listen to Slow Dance from time to time? Do I want to listen to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Absolutely. But at this point, I cannot support people who completely disregard or don't align with my belief system. The time for y'all is right now, and y'all deserve so much better. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so supportive. Y'all are so supportive. Y'all are so devoted to this lady. Y'all deserve better. Please let go of them pink wigs.
Out the door, you got to go, bitch. Out the door, you got to go, bitch. Out the door, you got to go, bitch. Bye bye.
Nicki Minaj is a stupid, goofy ass, ignorant ass, clown ass bitch. And I don't really give a fuck about anything that she has to say. Nobody should be paying attention to her. However, since people are paying attention to her dumb ass, now I gotta motherfucking address some shit. Now, I really don't care about a lot of the shit that she said. It's a typical Republican grift. It's the same script. But what did piss me off is how she sat up there with Eric Kirk on her dead husband tour and brought in black women. Why the fuck are we in it? For her to sit up there and say, well, if black women didn't feel good about themselves, then why would they turn around and try to make a white woman feel bad for herself because she looks good? Bitch, what? The idea that black women are somehow bullying white women when black women be over here minding our motherfucking business is stupid.
Look, I said this before. I said it once. I'll say it again. It's still Team Nicki Minaj over here. I'm sorry. If you feel hit, keep on scrolling. Now, listen, I understand that, people don't agree what's been going on with her political views, her being a Trump supporter or not. Listen, I don't know if she is, and honestly, truthfully, I don't care. I have never been into politics. I don't care. I did a video about this a few days ago or like a week or so ago, and about people being mad at her because her doing this thing with politics and her apparently being a Trump supporter. If she is, okay, go ahead. But if she's not, that's amazing as well. But me, I don't give a fuck about all that. Bitch, give me the music, okay?
Are y'all surprised? Nicki's nearly 20-year career was built off of calling herself a Barbie. Hence, all of her followers call themselves Barbz. Are y'all surprised that she defended people who actually look like the original Barbies? I have other thoughts around this, but I'm just trying to figure out why black women are shocked that Nicki defended little white girls when her whole brand is built up off of her identifying with a white girl.
Nicki Minaj is a hypocrite.
People are being kidnapped, people are being killed, brutalized, while they're in church, all because of their religion. And that should spark outrage in the great America. We are not going to be silenced by the bullies anymore, okay? Hear that. Receive that, bullies. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world.
Today, Nicki Minaj pulled up on that whole Turning Point USA thing with Erica Kirk, and she's just regurgitating whatever Massa wants her to say. She had a lot of All Lives Matter rhetoric and many opinions with no basis behind it. It felt very Kanye. It's just hypocritical to talk about people being taken and kidnapped while that's literally being encouraged by the people you're shucking and jiving for. Nicki Minaj said that she'll speak up for Christians no matter where they are in this world. But what about these Christians?
Authorities targeted places of faith, and the immigrant church community is still feeling the aftershocks.
We heard the news about ICE, but we say this is a safety place, and we're not doing nothing. We are not criminals.
Faith leaders say ICE agents displayed aggressive tactics, frightening their congregations. Many immigrant churches stopped holding services for weeks, as some 30,000 children also reportedly stayed home from school. Pastor Victor Ramirez says ICE agents moved in unexpectedly, causing some members to head into the woods while others hid inside for safety. Terrified children watched and others held on to them as ICE agents detained an El Salvadorian church member. They deported him 10 days later, leaving behind his wife and adult children.
I understand the ICE has to find criminals. I understand that and I agree with that, but it's not a criminal.
This is a church.
This is church.
I feel like this topic is extremely relevant when it comes to Nicki Minaj because isn't Nicki Minaj an immigrant? She's not a U.S. citizen. You could look this up. Matter of fact, let me do it for you. Quick Google search I wrote, is Nicki Minaj a U.S. citizen? And AI overview says, no, Nicki Minaj is not a U.S. citizen. She is a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago and moved to New York City as a child, remaining a non-citizen despite living and paying substantial taxes in U.S. for decades and has spoken publicly about her immigration status and experiences. Current status, it says she has stated she is not a U.S. citizen even after years of living in the country and paying millions in taxes and has expressed a desire for citizenship or honorary citizenship. Why do I feel like she's playing the game to finally get citizenship? One thing I could say about Nicki Minaj is that she sold so many records that it shouldn't be surprising that she sold out.
All right, so you guys just saw all of those clips. Everybody has an opinion about the Nicki Minaj situation. So Tea Sippers, I leave the conversation up to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on Nicki Minaj joining Erica Kirk during Turning Point USA. How did you guys feel about it? Are you still Team Nicki? Are you still a Barb? Or do you feel like this was the final straw? And then how do you feel about some of the comments that Nicki made? Her calling J.D. Vance an assassin. Her also saying that black women, need to not, down white women's beauty, which was very strange. And then her saying that, boys need to be boys and just other things that she went viral for. So I look forward to reading y'all's comments down below. Please hit this video with the like. Feel free to share this video and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.